we are at the starting point. We finally made it. We're finally here. We finally got what we've been waiting on. We got Kendrick and we got Drake giving us exactly what we've been asking for. Some diss tracks or some bars back and forth, name calling. We actually have people getting called out. We got social media discourse. We have everything we've been asking for from this, I guess, I don't want to say a beef because this is not street shit, but from this competition that we've been looking at for like 10 plus years. I'm enjoying it. For the first time in a long time, I'm really enjoying hip hop. The problem is I'm getting a lot of opinions from people who are God tier MCs telling me that, well, he checks all these boxes, but he's just not a great lyricist. Get in the booth. Show us how it's done. Didn't you have a couple beefs back in 2021 and you couldn't finish up? On top of somebody on their Instagram pulling for somebody that ain't even from their own neighborhood. That's crazy to me. How you not gonna ride for your homies that's from your same hood? It's ridiculous. But there are times when this types of stuff happen where people want to get clout. It comes with the territory, man, especially in the social media age. I really wish a lot of these people who have their opinions or these people who want to show their stuff off on their Instagram would get in the booth and actually put in some bars themselves. Now, I know I'm a lonely media person that doesn't know much about what they're really going through because I couldn't make a rap song if you paid me and put a gun to my head. But at the end of the day, I don't want to hear y'all's opinions. A lot of that shit is just bitter bullshit. It really is. And because one media outlet made a statement about something that happened years ago, you continue to go forward and try to talk bad about one of these artists, or because you just never really gelled in the booth or in the studio, you got to make fun of what's really going on because this guy right here was way more solid than everybody else. None of it was working for me. We have enough to go through with AI, with Instagram, and with talking heads putting their shit behind a paywall. It's hard enough to weed through the bullshit with everything going on right now. We just want to get to one simple fact. Who's the best? Who's number one? Who is the person that's going to take the crown? That's all we're asking for. All this other bullshit that y'all are giving us, keep it to yourself or get in the booth and rap. Plain and simple. Welcome to the STEM Society.
What shit is this?
Nobody cares.
I promise you they don't, bruh.
The STEM
How you
Society.
diss me and nobody knows?
Nobody knows.
Check it. I'm trying to get $1 billion on the books. No clue how selling looks. Got monster concepts and we killing hooks. You shook, all in your feelings, so stop with them grilling looks. You ain't no villain, you Dylan Brooks. Let me guess you on your grizzly, trying to diss me. I'm looking at him like Braun, dog, who is he? Outpace motherfuckers on the 10 speed. This Ukrainian getting billions, no Zelensky. All these projects, I feel like Prince B. Wild D's KRS, you Prince B. Get thrown off a stage, leave home in a rage. Go home, throw some navy blue
The
on
STEM
burn
Society.
stage. Every time I write, the words flowing off the page. Like the merchandise I got flying out the door.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. I'll be your host through this whole episode. Oh, man, thank you guys for coming back. I'm welcoming you back. I know it feels like it's been forever since we've actually got a chance to sit down with each other, but I'm back. One episode off, and it feels weird. It feels weird. Before I get into anything, thank you so much for being so compassionate and cool about not having an episode this past week, this past Sunday and Monday. I had a death in the family and family was around and I had to handle a lot of things with my family. So that was taken care of and there was so much going on that weekend. And I really, man, you don't know how close I was to sneaking off and just making like a quick little 15-minute episode with my phone. But I wasn't able to. But I missed doing this and this was, man, I hate that I missed the day because it was so much. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you. I appreciate all the well wishes. Thank you for the prayers up. Thanks for everything, guys. I appreciate you. But you will get a full week. You'll get your 2 episodes this week. because I am so excited about hip hop. I'm excited about music. Before we get into anything else, have you joined the society? I'm sure you haven't. Look, all I'm asking you guys for is a play, a like, a listen, a comment. Subscribe and join the society, and you can get this content every week, whether you listen to it the audio version, which is Wednesday and Sunday, or you watch the video version, which is on Thursdays and Mondays. Come on, man. Whether you like the content or you don't, join the society. Share it with somebody. Let people know how you feel. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling about the show. Let me know about things that you're listening to. I want to interact. I had a Spaces this past Sunday, and it was talking about the Drake versus everybody beef. Nobody showed up, but it's okay. I'm going to keep doing these until we start growing this thing a lot better. So expect me to do Spaces every Sunday at 7 p.m. It's either going to be a new release, what's going on in music, something. I just want to interact with you guys. So if you watch this, or if you're subscribed, or if you're somebody who wants to talk about hip hop, you want to talk about what's going on, join me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at ColeJackson12. I'll put it right down here. And I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do a Twitter Spaces. I want to do a community, but until I can get this group together, a group of people together where we can actually have something steady, I'm just gonna hold Spaces every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're gonna talk about music. We're talking about hip hop on a regular basis. All right.
New releases.
So for today's new release, I wanted to talk about We Still Don't Trust You. 2 volumes, 1 hour, 28 minutes. First volume, 18 songs. Second volume is 7 songs. I had to make sure I talked about this because this is the follow-up to the first We Don't Trust You. And let me just say this right now. I'm going to get this out the way. Metro Boomin should be celebrated for the production for 2 straight albums. Metro killed this. He got in his bag from him doing the synth stuff. I can't talk because I have a public school education. From doing the synth stuff to doing from the samples that he used. Oh my God. To the project overall, as far as like the way it was put together, sequenced very nice. I didn't think any songs was out of place on a volume 1, and the production was just really good. I gotta say, there's not a lot of producers that's doing it like Metro is doing it right now. Metro killed production on 2 straight albums, and I don't think anybody else is doing it like that right now. I mean, there's a couple of producers out here, but right now, Metro killed it. Metro killed it. The whole vibe of the album was completely different. I went into, let me say this. I went into it originally thinking it was going to be most definitely the same type of energy from We Don't Trust You. And when I first started listening to it, I'm not gonna hold it. Like, I turned it off immediately. Because I stayed up and I was just like, man, I want to hear this. Like, I know they're finna go hard. I know it's gonna be the same type of energy that we had last time. And it's more of a R&B album. It's more of that type vibe. So when I got that, I was like, my mindset was completely different because I thought we was gonna get the same, just rap, this hip hop, just rap, I thought they was gonna go. And I was just waiting on the type of features that was gonna be on the album. Like, the first part of the album gave me, probably the first 4 songs gave me a lot of like Weeknd vibes, like the Weeknd, like how his albums usually sound, especially his new sound now, where he does a lot of synth pop stuff. His 2 features on there made sense, especially so early in the album. Like the first half, probably the first 6 songs on there. Yeah, the first 6, maybe 7 songs on there, man, just did it for me. Like, that kept my attention, kept me wanting to hear more. It was just good. Metro's production, and let me not take anything away from Future. Future did his thing. Future got in his bag. Future took me back to 2017. If you guys don't know, Future did a 2 album type situation where he did a Future and he did Hendrix. And that was the same. This is the same thing, just a better budget. Like the future part of the project was him just rapping, and the Hendrix side of everything was him doing the same thing, toxic R&B shit. It was great. Like I felt it felt good. It actually made me go back to listen to Hendrix because I hadn't listened to Hendrix in a very long time. So I went back and listened to that, and just being able to take songs from Hendrix and We Still Don't Trust You and making a fire ass playlist. This is most definitely an album that you want to play in the car when you ride at night. This is a nighttime album. Let me just let you know right now. This is not made for the daytime. This is for you going out. This is for you just getting, I don't know, man, just out. It just makes me feel like I need to be outside enjoying it. So volume 1 of this does everything I needed to do. I like my toxic R&B. I really miss Future getting into his R&B bag because he is versatile like that. Like I forgot how versatile he could be. I know I Never Loved You came out and he had some R&B, toxic R&B type stuff on there, but this was it for me. It made a lot of sense. So some of my standout songs on the album, man. Gracious, Mile High Memories. Mile High Memories probably is my favorite song on this album. Completely just I love that song. That stayed on repeat. All to Myself, which I think that was the one with the Isley Brothers. Yeah, that had the Isley Brothers sample that I think Metro completely destroyed. Like, didn't think he would be able to flip it like that. He did flip it like that. All to Myself has a great fucking sample, and I loved it. I love Bad Bitches. That's another one that I enjoy, and Jealous. Those are like my standout songs on volume 1. I can't say the same about volume 2. The second side of this album made no sense. I don't know why they killed the vibes that we had from volume 1. It felt like they was trying to do like a mixtape or take us back to like the mixtape days of Future and stuff like that, and I just couldn't get with it. I think volume 2 had 9? How many songs was on there? Let me check. 7 songs was on volume 2 of this album, and going away from the R&B vibes and actually going more into the rap part of it, I just felt like they could have saved that and just did a deluxe for We Don't Trust You. Like, it would have made a whole lot more sense for this to be the add-on to We Don't Trust You and not to this version. I don't think I liked any songs on there. No, I didn't like any songs on there. I didn't like the features. The Lil Baby feature, the Little Baby and A$AP Rocky features were both waste to me. I don't think they made the second part of this album any better. I think no. We shouldn't have got this. It didn't make a lot of sense to add it to this. I really feel like they should have just kept these songs. Oh, okay. Let me be honest. It felt like a bunch of hard drive songs. They just found some songs on the hard drive, some leftovers from the first album, and added it onto this, and it didn't help it. It didn't help the project at all. It didn't make it better. It didn't make it worse. I didn't want it. Now, if they would have saved these and just added them to the first album, the We Don't Trust You album, probably would have made a whole lot more sense. I probably would have enjoyed it more, but it didn't do anything for me. The A$AP Rocky bars were trash. Like, they were garbage to me. I don't know why he even got on there. And I just really felt like they wasted a Lil Baby feature. They should have kept that Lil Baby feature and did it for something else. Nothing on volume 2 spoke to me. I might go back and revisit it. Maybe I'll go back and revisit it, but it didn't even speak to me, man. Like, it just felt like it was just something added on just to add on. It just didn't do nothing for me. Did it ruin that whole project? No, it didn't, because you don't have to listen to volume 2. But I don't understand the reason that, I really want to ask Metro, like, why did you add these 7 songs to a R&B vibed album or R&B themed album? Like, it didn't make any sense. And it just felt like they were just kind of reaching on some of that stuff. So it doesn't it doesn't kill the project at all. I think if you just listen to Volume 1, you'll be satisfied. Again, Metro did what he had to do. Future did what he had to do. Everybody knew the assignment, and they fucking passed. So this is what you should do, because this is what I did. I went and listened to We Still Don't Trust You. I went back and listened to Hendrix, and I made a playlist. You should do the same. Find songs from both of those albums, make a great playlist off of it, and I think you'll be satisfied.
The STEM Society.
Yeah. It's Ricky. New year, new money. It's up, Ricky. Look, let's end the discussion. You know I'm the topic. You just popping out, I was already popping. See niggas hating, I see niggas watching. You making a tip while I'm making a profit. 100 for 100, it's all in the pocket. Shit was so good, it was already locking. Before I was done, they was already copping. Them bitches was 80 like Jeremy Shockey. Just blew it back with my bitch for the fun of it. Ran through a verse and I took the whole shopping. Call me a bleeder, I need me a tourniquet. Cause on the east side of Buff ain't no options. Now we
The STEM Society.
So I'm going to do something different. Instead of giving you guys hip-hop news, I'm going to talk about Rap Battle 2024. That's right. I'm going to get into the Drake-Kendrick situation right now, where we at, where we're going, my theories, just different things about this, man. I want to speak on it just a little bit. Next episode, we'll get back into regular scheduled programming, which is news and giving you guys some information outside of like this shit. So how do we get here? Drake decided to release a song called Push Ups, or Drop It Give Me 50. The original song was a reference track. It had the Notorious Big Get Money sample in the background. It sounded AI-ish. When I first heard that, I was like, that's AI. I was all over my Instagram and Twitter just saying, this is cap, this is AI, there's no way this is serious. And then I seen Stream. Academics had a stream where he actually got the real song. He got the song with the new beat. He got it fully mastered. And I got to tell you, that listening to that and knowing that this was real made it even better. Drake got in his rap bag, and he finally did something that I think I've been begging for the last 5 to 6 years, which is putting names in the fucking song. We finally get some names. We finally get him alluding to different things, like Future. He's talking about Future not having no hits before linking up with him. He got into the Kendrick TDE stuff, which I think was pretty crazy. Hence the Drop and Give Me 50, where, they're saying that Kendrick had to pay 50% to get out of his contract with TDE. Also, he was saying that Kendrick his splits are like he had really terrible splits on TDE, which is crazy. I'm not mad at that. I think it's not a lot you can find on Kendrick for real that I know of. Him talking about him not having Top to piece it up, amazing. It was a lot of shit Drake got into. And I think Drake he got in his bag. I cannot, look, the more I listen to the song, the more things I started catching, the more things I started understanding a lot more. He made sure that he had names. He made sure that and on top of that, Drake actually trolling people on Instagram. Like, I'm recording this on a Tuesday night. It's a Tuesday night, and Drake has been nonstop with the trolling. He's been trolling Metro. He's been trolling Rick Ross, which I'll get to, and he has been going social media crazy, and I love it. This is what I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on Drake to actually take time out to tell people he's not afraid to actually get on a song and say, yo, y'all niggas is nothing. You are nothing without me. Another part of the song, telling Metro Boomin to shut up and get some drums. Loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Telling Ross to spend his check and age shaming him and age shaming Rick Ross even better. It felt like Drake came for war. It's time to let these niggas know that I'm not the one to be played with. I gotta be honest. I'm not mad at any of this. I'm not mad at this song. I'm glad that Drake is actually coming. He's coming. He threw a punch. I'm gonna be honest with you. I keep telling people I'm biased and I love Kendrick and I'm gonna ride for Kendrick no matter what. Kendrick jabbed, Drake punched. He punched back, and now Kendrick has to punch. Now we're gonna have all out back and forth. And this song actually showed me that Drake watches everything. Watches everything. And that's what happens when you're at the top. When you're at the top, you gotta watch everything. You gotta know everything. This is what I wanted from Drake when it comes to something like competition. I've been wanting him to actually name names. I'm tired of the subliminals. I'm ready for people to be called out and start being talked about in these records. And that's what we're getting. And the fact that people are just like, Kendrick's on the clock, man, hey, bro. Big Shar, we're past the time. Like, we're not in that time anymore where people are on the clock or you're putting people on the clock anymore. Because a lot of people be like, you got 48 hours, man. Get off of that. Get off of that, Big Shar. It is time to just let Kendrick do what he do. He's going to come back. Even if it takes him a week, we'll be okay. We've been getting a lot of other shit happening outside of Kendrick, which makes it even better. Rick Ross decided to do his diss song, and it's called Champagne Moments, and he calls Drake a white boy. It's great. I love that Ross actually answered back so quickly. Like, that made my day when Rick Ross actually said, yo, I'm going to answer back ASAP. He did what a lot of people should do when it comes to this type of shit. Shut up, get in the studio, put a song out, and let niggas know you heard it. And that's what Rick Ross did. Rick Ross got in, said Drake had a BBL, said he had a nose job, called him a white boy, said he couldn't hang with the black people. You trying really, really hard. Ross is also saying without his cosign, Drake would not be accepted. It's great. This is wonderful. This is what I've been wanting for the last 10 years. Ross is actually, if I'm being real with y'all, Ross is hanging with this nigga as far as like social media presence, as far as like the song, like the Champagne Moments, the beat is amazing. Fire ass beat. Ross is giving it up. The lyrics are great. The shit that he's talking about is wonderful. Ross is doing exactly what niggas should always be doing when it comes to competition. Shut up and rap. And the antics are getting a little bit much for me because if that's the case, I don't want any more back and forth on Instagram. Like, it's cool because I know where we at and I know it's social media era and stuff like that. But shit, if you can answer that fast after you heard the song, after you heard Drake's song, get back and make another one. You should be getting in the booth right now, consistently making songs, getting ready for whatever it is that you got coming for. Because you know Drake's gonna come back. You know Drake is gonna come back. They've been kind of doing rich guy talk back and forth on Instagram. I got a big mansion. Your homie lost your house. All that other BS. I want more music. That's what I want. That's what I've been waiting on. So this is the part of it that's kind of getting on my nerves now because we're actually getting to a point where things are getting muddled. There was a song that came out, if I'm not mistaken, on Sunday or Monday morning. I think it was Monday morning. And I think the song was called One Shot, and it was a complete AI-made song that somebody made, and it was supposed to be Kendrick. And it took all day to get confirmed that it wasn't an AI song. The song was like a minute and some change. And we're getting a lot of that because people are really trying to get they're trying to get their foot in the door and show like, hey man, like I'm talented because I can make these AI songs and these AI tracks and it sounds just like the person. But we got to stop that weird shit, bro. Like, Let's kill that shit now. It's kind of messing up what we've been waiting on, or it's messing up our anticipation, man. Like, I want to be able to know the difference between AI and real songs, and the people who are interjecting themselves in this, it's fucking it up, man. Y'all are killing this shit. We really want to hear just from Kendrick and Drake and whoever else is in the middle of this. Like, the AI stuff just is really fucking with me because I don't care. Make an AI song for Ice Spice or for fucking Nicki Minaj. Do something else. Like, it's ruining my experience because I don't want to have to go through most of my day trying to figure out if Kendrick actually made this song or not. Just like the Drake disc when it dropped. We went most of that day trying to figure out if it was AI or not. Apparently somebody leaked the song, but I don't want to go through most of my day trying to figure out what's AI and what's not AI. I know it's a lot of people that want to get in the music industry, and this might be their one shot to be able to do it, or this might be them getting the attention that they want. But man, come on, bro. Like, figure something else out. I know attention is high right now. People are probably watching their phones more than ever before, but this AI, putting your AI diss songs out to get some attention, it's just getting in the way. Y'all niggas are really getting away with a lot. Y'all are in the way. You're in the fucking way. Get out of the way. If you want to be a part of this music industry, make your own shit in your own voice. Like, come on. I get it, bro. You have great lyrics and you want people to hear them. But if they're not hearing it through your voice, what's the point? What are you doing this for? It's annoying as hell. Y'all are killing what we've been anticipating. Real hip hop heads who want this, you're ruining it for them. You're killing this. You're killing the moment. You're killing the excitement that we've been wanting. A lot of us have been very excited about this for a very long time. And a lot of you niggas is coming out here with this weird AI bullshit, and y'all are killing the moment because you want some spotlight. Bro, get some fucking talent and get out there on your own and you do it. Use your voice. It's frustrating, and you guys are killing the excitement that we've been having for this for a very long time. I'm tired of the attention grabbing shit, bro. Like, everybody wants a piece of the spotlight. And it's like, it's annoying as fuck. Let it go. If you want to show your talent, take a microphone, get in a booth, and you rap your own shit. Stop hiding behind somebody's famous voice. It's annoying. Fuck. So I wanted to go over some theories that I had. Like, why everybody going against Drake? Kendrick, Metro Boomin, Future, Ross. Like, everybody's coming at Drake, and Drake, it feels like Drake is on this island by itself. So I had a couple theories. Let's start with Kendrick. Kendrick's probably the easiest one to me. They've been throwing shots back and forth for years. And it's been more of just like, who's the better rapper type shit. I don't think it's anything crazy as far as like they hate each other. I feel like this is more of who's better. Who deserves the crown? Who deserves to be called the best rapper out of both of them, or the best MC, whatever term you want to use. It's simple with Kendrick. That's the only thing that I see. I don't think it's anything bigger than that. Now, once we get into like Ross and Future and Metro, first and foremost, it ain't over women. Like, somebody told me one time, or somebody said this, I don't know if I picked it up from a podcast, or I don't know if I picked it up from like a personal conversation, but somebody said they've been sharing the same women forever. Why would they be mad about a woman all of a sudden? And it makes sense. They've been sharing women for a long time. All of these niggas Eskimo brothers. They've all fucked the same women. The same, go down the line, look at your history, look at women that they've dealt with. They've dealt with the same women for a very long time. So it can't be that. Now, I personally think that this has a lot to do with business deals and money. That's the only thing it could be. I think Drake screwed them over on some deals. and they don't like it much. You got to think, Drake is the biggest artist in the world, and he has a lot of deals in a lot of different places. And I really feel like a lot of that has to do with him possibly being just an underhanded dude and not really following up on the type of deals that he wanted to do. One of my theories is I think him and Future was supposed to do Her Loss together. This is a theory. All this is me. I'm not coming from an internet side of things or any of this other stuff. This is all shit that I sat down and wrote out. But I was like, man, it seems pretty crazy that all of a sudden Drake does this collab album with 21 Savage. But when you look at Her Loss and the songs and things, the theme behind Her Loss, it really feels like Future was supposed to be a part of that album. Again, this is theories. I'll make sure I put it over my head because I don't want you guys to take this for fact. It's just me just having these theories in my head. But I feel like he might have screwed Future over. I think him and Future was supposed to have another collab album. Think about it. So one reason why I think that Future was supposed to do that with Drake, do y'all remember when they did Life is Good together? That wasn't on I Never Liked You. That was just a random ass single that they came out with. It just feels like Her Loss was intended to be more Future and Drake than Drake and 21. And then when you think about it, and this is not taking anything away from 21 Savage, but go back and listen to Her Loss and understand that 21 Savage wasn't on there as much as he could have been. He was sprinkled throughout the album. So I really feel like this whole situation between Future and Drake has a lot to do with maybe having a deal where they did a collab album and maybe Drake backtracked on it and just didn't want to do it with him anymore. And I think they had some business deals or some contractual deals that just went sideways. No, it's not over Woman. I think both of them got to a point where they start dealing with each other. I think Drake might have been making a little bit more money off of certain situations than Future was. And when you think about it, people can resent that or be upset with that. And Future is not a small-time artist. Future's just as big as Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. A lot of people keep saying that he should be on the Mount Rushmore of this era of hip-hop. And the more I start going back and listening to his music and listening to what he's been putting out here recently, the more I'm actually agreeing with that. Like, I think Future probably is one of them not probably. I think Future is one of them ones. The sales are there. He's relevant as hell still. And he's been in the game for a while. Just as long as Drake, Kendrick, and Cole has. And it's not like he don't sell albums. Like, he really, he sells. So maybe it's a situation where they had some deals go wrong. That's just, again, theory. This is all theory bullshit. Opinion based. I'm not saying anything factual with this part of it. Next, the Metro situation. Metro Boomin actually put up a tweet talking about how Her Loss is winning these awards when he felt like Heroes and Villains deserve to win awards as well. Tweeted and deleted it. And Drake called him out on that. And I think that gave him a lot of bad blood. Go back and listen to Heroes and Villains. It's actually a really great album. Had great features. He put together a solid album. And I think he was a bit upset because, let's be honest, Drake gets passes on stuff sometimes where he doesn't really deserve to get passes on. Yes, he's the biggest artist in the world. Yes, he has music for everybody, but I think Metro felt like he was getting disrespected by his album not winning anything. And he put out a great piece of work. So I can understand why he could be upset with that. And you got to understand, too, when you put out great work and you don't get awarded for it, especially in the music industry, people kind of look at that and it kind of fucks up your bag. So that might have had a lot to do with why Metro has a problem with Drake. I don't think it has anything to do with a woman with Metro Boomin as well. I think he's tired of being disrespected and not getting the credit he deserves when it comes to making albums. That's just my theory. Again, my theory. The infamous tweet and delete. As far as Ross is concerned, I think a lot of that has to do with Drake probably snaking him on some stuff. He did mention that Drake called a cease and desist on French Montana when they was making Mac and Cheese 5. And apparently the version, like Drake's vocals for Splash Brothers came out, and he was supposed to be on that song, and that song is not there. They replaced Drake with Wayne. So I'm pretty sure there's some behind the scenes stuff going on with Ross and Drake. Again, he said he did not like the fact that he called a cease and desist on French Montana trying to make this album or put that song out. And that kind of showed Drake's true colors when it came to certain things, especially that song and what they were doing. So I'm pretty sure Ross is on this train because Drake is starting to show his true colors. And let's be honest, Drake has always been the hip-hop vampire. I know, people might not see it that way. But I've said it before, the Drake cosign curse is a real thing. There's a lot of artists that fall by the wayside after Drake does a feature or does a cosign with them. Because you're pretty much guaranteed Drake's going to take that style, use it for his album, and never talk to that person again. Go back and look at the history of people he done co-signed and done features with, and go back and see if they're still relevant. The answer is probably going to be no, they're not relevant anymore. Nobody's looking at them anymore. Some people make it through, but a lot of people fall by the wayside. So Drake is the hip-hop Dracula when it comes to shit like this. It's just inevitable. Like, that's what Drake does. And nobody calls him out on it because, of course, again, he's the biggest artist in the world. How can you? But I think a lot of these niggas just got fed up with whatever Drake is doing behind the scenes. And I really do feel like he backtracked on a lot of things. I feel like he did bad business deals with a lot of these guys. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure he probably cheated them out of a couple dollars. It can't be this heated and he didn't do that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. So those are some of the theories that I have. If you have your own theories, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think this whole thing is over bad business deals? Do you think this is really over money? I really feel like it is. So finally, let me get this out of the way too. And I think I said this at the beginning of the show, and I'm going to double down on it. I need less opinions from rappers and more rapping from rappers. I don't give a fuck about what Game, Lupe, or any of these other rappers who don't have bars to put into this whole competition. If they don't have bars or songs for this shit, I don't want to hear it. Like, don't take this the wrong way, or don't get me wrong. Lupe Fiasco is a hell of an MC, but I don't give a fuck about his opinions when it comes to shit like this. He's had his time. He's done exactly what he needed to do, and I don't care. And to be honest with you, I feel like some of his takes when it comes to Kendrick is personal. When one of these outlets actually put up people who apologized to Kendrick and his name came up, he quickly came and said, "Oh, I didn't apologize to him," or "I criticized his lyrical ability and all this other shit." I don't fucking care. I don't care. Lupe is not KRS-One, my nigga. You are not the teacher. You are one of these people who actually came out, you put an album out. I hold a grudge against Lupe because Lasers was half-assed done because he was very unsatisfied with his label deal. And that was the last album he had to put out to be able to get off of that deal. And I might be misquoting this, but that's from what I read. He doesn't even like the project. He said he's been quoted as saying, "I want to destroy that project." Ever since I found that out about Lupe Fiasco, music from him hasn't been the same for me. It just hadn't been the same. And I didn't want to have to deal with him anymore. And I just think that there are times when we put people on pedestals and they're very biased and they don't sit in that or stand in that bias. He don't stand in that bias, bro. He don't tell people he biased. I think a lot of times, he really feels like Kendrick stole his flow, and that's supposed to be me. And if that's the case, man, I don't care. But like, who made him the Moses of hip hop? Like, who made him the person to lead the fucking flock? I know, don't get me wrong. I know Lupe Fiasco is a hell of a rapper. I know he has lyrics on top of lyrics on top of lyrics. I get it. But I've never looked at him as like the leader or the person who's the teacher or the person who's actually out here doing KRS-One's job. Like, I just don't look at him like that. And I think a lot of that is just very biased because people, when Kendrick came on the scene, people was not checking for Lupe no more. They wasn't. And again, this might sound like hating, and if it does, I don't give a fuck. But I didn't ask for Lupe Fiasco's opinion about what he thought about this, and I don't know why people are asking his opinion as well. I'm never going to sit up here and talk about right or wrong, but it's always fair and unfair. I think his assessment of Kendrick, personally, is unfair. And I think it has a little bit to do with them rapping together or them doing songs or whatever the case may be. Again, I'm never going to tell somebody they're wrong, but I'm going to most definitely say if you're being fair or unfair. And this is just from the outside looking in. It's not me sitting up here saying he's a hater or anything like that. I just feel like it's coming from a place of it's not coming from the best place. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to hear it, man. Get in a booth and make music about it. If that's the case. You're such a great MC. Get in the booth. Jump in the ring. Do what you got to do. But I don't want to hear these opinions from these rappers who are just being a part of the moment and attaching themselves to the moment. If you want to do that, put your opinion behind a paywall like a prominent podcaster does. We already know what he was going to do. He put up a fucking 3.5 hour breakdown about everything and put it behind a paywall. Typical, because he got to make a bag off of his opinion, and it is what it is. That's where we at with it right now. I think it's too many rappers that sticking their nose in the middle of this because they're not making any music right now, and it most definitely feels good to have somebody bring them up and say things about this whole battle or competition or whatever the fuck it is. I don't want to hear it. It don't make no sense to me. And I don't know who appointed that particular person as the leader or the person to go to when it comes to bars or understanding bars. And I know he teaches a class at MIT about hip hop. I don't care. That's my 2 cents about it. I just wanted to say that because it just feels like a lot of this stuff is real attention grabbing. A lot of it is really just, well, if it was me or, bro, you have a microphone. You've put together a project with a $20 microphone, a $100 microphone, and your house. So if that's the case and you feel that strongly about these rappers, jump in the mix, do what you got to do. But I don't want to hear your opinions about it. I don't. Well, that's my time, guys. That's all I got for y'all today, man. I'm cutting the show short. I don't have an artist to watch. I just wanted to make sure I hit a couple of points about what I thought about the Drake-Kendrick thing. I also wanted to make sure I talked about We Still Don't Trust You. So when I come back, I promise you guys I'll go back to regular format. We're going to get back into the new releases, actual news, and I'll keep some coverage on this battle that we've been going through. So I'm going to make sure I get back to format. But again, thank you guys for showing up, man. Thank you guys for continuing to support. Also, have you joined the society? Have you joined something that is growing every day? Come on, guys. You all know what it is. All I'm asking for is a play, a like, a comment, something. Give me something to grow this into something way bigger than what it already is. The best thing you could possibly do, though, is subscribe to the B1K Radio YouTube channel and be a part of the society. Be a part of something special. It's all love over here. Thank you guys for showing up once again, and I will catch you guys next episode. Peace out.
The STEM Society.
Party don't start till you walk in. Party don't start till you walk.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.